Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Big John from Big John's Bully House. Out here with all the bulls today. The kids play football with them and everything. And go ahead and answer some questions that I had in the comments and everything lately here on YouTube. First question I had, well, not the first question, but one of the questions that I had was, how do you have a 2 times and a 3 times? What that is, inbreeding and line breeding. A lot of people that breed dogs normally do the inbreeding or line breeding. Situation and an example that I can use because it's my own dogs, my own blood. Savage is a 2 times Hooch son, meaning Hooch was the father to Savage's mother and also was bred back to Princess to create Savage. So there, an example right there was 2 times Hooch. Now, with the litter that we had with Chico time Remy is a Hooch daughter. Hooch was bred back to Remy and created Chanel, which made her a 2 times Hooch daughter. The outcross was Nasty Boy, which is a 5 times Dax stud that created Chico. And then Chico being 2 times Hooch and Remy being a Hooch daughter is how it was made. 3 times Hooch, and again, Nasty Boy is a 5 times Dax stud, so that's how it became 3 times Hooch and 5 times Dax. Remy was Chico's grandmother. Hooch is actually the great grandfather to that litter. Again, everything in the yard besides Two-Face here, and I'll talk on her here in a second. Everything in the yard besides Two-Face is related back to Hooch one way or another. Big boy here, Gotti, is a Hooch grandson, a Hooch daughter bred to 815 Bully Camp's Nasty Boy. Created Gotti and also his littermate brother out there in the yard, Capone. Now, like I said, Hooch, even for Hooch, going to be 8 years old here, May 28th. And I do apologize for the huge pile of trees and everything else in the background. Like I said, with everything that's been going on, we've had a lot of extra time on our hands, so we're getting everything cleaned up and getting ready to burn. I actually have a bonfire here shortly once the wind, dies down and shit. But even with Hooch, man, like I said, it's going to be 8 years old, May 28th. That boy still runs, plays, jumps, the whole 9 yards, man. And at one point in time, he was the most extreme boy in my yard. Now, with that being said, Gotti has taken that spot, and Gotti's still maturing, and Gotti's still growing.
Down.
And Hooch plays football.
Sit. Hike. Hike.
Hooch has been doing this since he was year and a half old or so. You can literally tell him down, set, hut 1, hut 2, hut 3, hike. He knows the whole 9 yards, man, and he'll wait until he sees that ball take off. Hooch.
Down. Sit. Hut. 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 Hike.
I know everybody hears me say it time and time again, man. Fully functional. It does not matter how extreme our dogs are. That is a given, But we still want our dogs fully functional. Meaning, I want my dogs to run, jump, play, swim, the whole 9 yards. No matter how extreme they are, how heavy they are, my dogs still have to work. My dogs still have to move at the end of the day. And I made sure with Hooch, I proved that to a lot of people that said that the extreme dogs couldn't move. When I first got Hooch, man, I went through hell with Hooch. Being bashed and talked about and all types of things with my boy. So I made it, my sole purpose to prove everybody wrong. And that's the #1 thing I love to do the most, is to literally prove somebody wrong and shut their mouth for them. And I've done it time and time again, and I imagine I'll keep doing it until I no longer breed dogs. As for Two-Face, I know everybody was asking about her and the Gotti breeding that I did. I don't think she took, man. And it is what it is, you know. You do breeding sometimes, and sometimes they don't take. Sometimes you get lucky and they do. It's just the draw of the luck, the draw of the hat, and it is what it is. Which I'm not heartbroken about it. I will repeat it, and that gives Gotti a little more time to mature a little more, and you know, I'm happy about that. Uncle Pong, huh? The old man always wants to jump up in the seat and relax, huh? I'm big boy, huh? But you know, questions as pedigree, that seems to be the biggest thing anymore, is people want to ask about pedigree. They don't want to ask about the overall dog. They want to know the pedigree because they feel like if they hear a dog's name in the pedigree or something that they're familiar with, it's a good breeding. Man, that is not the case. I'm sorry, it's just not. A pedigree, hey man, if you got a good pedigree, that's a bonus, whatever. But to be honest, I've seen dogs with shitty pedigrees look better than dogs with big name pedigrees, and vice versa. I've seen big name pedigrees produce shitty dogs. It's just, the biggest thing is two-face. The biggest thing is you got to match overall dog, period. Doesn't matter what you're breeding, the overall dog. A lot of people started doing that ped shit because of the big name dogs, and the dogs were getting the clout and the hype and everything like that. That's where that pedigree shit started, man. And if you're a pet head and you breed strictly for pet, hey, good for you. Me, I don't. I started doing that when I first started coming into dogs, and I couldn't produce extreme American bullies to save my fucking life. And that's just the God honest truth. The moment I stopped trying to match pedigrees and I started matching dog to dog, well, you see the outcome. And I've been doing this for a very long time. As for breedings for Savage, I do not have anything lined up for him at the moment. Not saying that we're never going to breed him again, it's just I don't have anything lined up for him. Hey, you two, knock it off. For a lot of people, you know, I know people run to the big name kennels and big name dogs and all that. I promise you, I've never been the type of person that's ran to a big name kennel, a big name dog, and I won't. I am an underdog guy. I'm the type of person that I'll take an underdog, and I promise you, I'll produce something of equal quality, if not better, with that underdog. It's not being cocky, it's just how I've done it. Since I've been breeding dogs, you know, that's kind of something I learned from my father back when he used to raise Walker Coonhounds. My father used to tell me, I don't care how many champions are in that pedigree and Grand Night champions are in that pedigree. Show me what that dog can do in the woods. Show me that the dog doesn't run deer. Show me the dog doesn't tree possum. Show me the dog doesn't run coyote. That's when I'll breed to that dog. So a lot of the things that I learned over the years, I learned from my father. He was a big inspiration for a lot of the things that I've done and achieved throughout my life. You know, my mother, you know, rest in peace. She was my biggest fan. She was my biggest supporter. And when I lost her, I lost a lot of my motivation, I guess, so to speak. But in the same sense, I knew I had to prove to myself and to her now more than ever that I will be remembered in the bully world. The things that I've done, the things that I've produced, that's the biggest thing now, you know, and I got to make sure for my mother, you know, that again was my biggest fan and my biggest supporter, that I don't let her down. Hooch was her favorite. Hooch was her baby. I know if she still would have been here today, Gotti would have been a close second for her, man. She just loved them big goofy dogs that just wanted to be held and just be cuddled. I'm a big boy. Capone, capone, capone. As far as people asking about stud fees, Capone right now is $1,000. Capone is the shortest, most compact American bully we have in the yard, and one of the most shortest compact American bullies I've ever seen personally. And he's got a great top line, great fronts, nice head, nice amount of bone for his size, especially for his size. The boy's still growing. Huh? Capone, good boy. Savage's stud fee is $1,500. Gotti's stud fee is $1,000 until I breed him again to Two-Face. The second he is bred and it is confirmed and I see what he produces, it will go up. Hooch. A lot of people asked about Hooch. Hooch has been shut down to the public since he was 2 years old, 2.5 years old. He's going on 8. He will never, ever again be opened up. That goes back to, if I feel like, I put a stud fee for a reason. I know the dog, what the dog's produced. I've seen it firsthand. People don't want to use them, that's fine. We will continue to use our dogs and keep producing what we're producing with them. Chico is at $1,500 stud fee. All right, relax, relax, relax. I want to give a huge shout out to all the subscribers, new and old, likes, shares, comments, followers, all the love and support that we get and we continue to get. If you have any questions about stud fees, information about dogs, you want help, you need help, feel free to give me a call. Capone, don't be an asshole. Feel free to give me a call at 815-632-9073. I mean, that's what we're here for, man. And especially now more than ever, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, guys, make sure, man, you're staying safe. Make sure you're staying healthy. Make sure you're doing what you got to do and you're supposed to be doing. So that way, everybody's good, man. Everybody's going to be okay. As always, take care. God bless and stay safe.